Yeah, the more interesting part, although it's a boring race, it's boring genes. It's a white slate. It's a clear. It's a Blanca. It's a nothing at all. It's a regular, standard, ordinary European Caucasian. And the interesting part to that is that it's from the Scottish Lennon and Shepherd family, as in John Lennon from the Beatles, Lennon, Scotland, Lennon, John Lennon from the Beatles, and Shepherd, as in Bob Weir's biological father, the Scottish Shepherds. My granddad was cousin to both John Lennon from the Beatles and Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead. It was and the interesting part about my 25% Scottish Caucasian European blank slate, white red, plain ordinary, regular Blanca. So there was that, and then there was the Cherokee side. It's only at 12.5%. We're still going over race and royalty, but my part of my yeah, my 12.5% would be David Marshall, like from the Marshall Mathers LP, Marshall, the word Marshall. So the last name Marshall. No, I don't want to get into conspiracies about Slim Shady or Eminem right now. He shook hands with John F. Kennedy and Albert Einstein about a project he was working on. It had to do with some kind of indigenous to Cherokee, something or another. Maybe he was into politics. He wanted to be a politician, some kind of Cherokee reservation, something. Cherokee shook hands with John F. Kennedy and Albert Einstein. Um, Same time, he had this small autobiography about him, David Marshall. Somewhere he lived in Montana. He was into politics, man. Politics, man. So there's those two, and then the other 12.5% would be the Lenape race, the Mohegan tribe. My great grandfather, John the Bull Hyde, John the Bull, or John Hyde. He's on the face of playing cards, Donkersville Casino, probably Poconos, or whatever they call it down there too. That's not on the reservation. They're opening up two Mohegan Suns in Canada, and one Mohegan Sun in South Korea. So he'll be on the face of the playing cards at those few gambling reservations or gambling establishments, or what or he was, at least back in the late 90s. John the Bull was some kind of face card, some kind of gambling playing card. John the Bull. He passed in the 50s, and so then there was my great grandfather Werner, and I thought this was an interesting, although he never got to see his wife Sarah did. He bought a car in 1957. He passed away in 1958. He fought in World War One. He worked at the foundry in Groton, smithing, blacksmithing. He liked blacksmithing. He liked whiskey. He liked the hot rod 1957 Ford Fairlane car. Although he never got to see, his wife did. Sarah. The car was driven into a telephone pole. The driver's name was Jerry. He didn't steal the car. He may have been intoxicated. There was a small police report if anyone was looking into the C's of Cheese song. It's a conspiracy I'd rather get into. Miss Jerry Garcia hanging out,